that.
This is not monotonous. This is actually fun. I love this game. You've just got a you've just got a bad taste in fucking video games, man.
If I have a bad taste in video games, you have a bad taste in video games. It'd be like 90% of the same video games.
Exactly. And I happen to love this one, which is amazing.
No, it's not. It's shit.
It's not shit. It's not lazy. I'm killing Nazis with a sniper rifle! How is that lazy?
Call of Duty for less.
No, you can't.
More interesting story. And more interesting characters and better gameplay.
I actually love this game.
I'd rather go kill Nazi zombies instead of killing normal Nazis, and it's that boring, monotonous. I'm a sniper! Even though the sniping is boring as fuck and not realistic, because you don't run around with a sniper in the military. You don't run around with it. A sniper in the military sits up on the same position and moves like a couple feet every time and takes out a couple targets. Then all of a sudden you can't walk around with 3 guns on your back.
This is World War II.
That's not how it works. Snipers in World War II didn't just walk around, and you didn't walk around with a sniper and a Thompson. You wouldn't be able to move. Like a 20-pound sniper rifle and like a 15-pound Thompson, carrying like 80 pounds of ammunition for both guns. You expect me to guys running around? One-man army? I hate one-man army.
One-man army wasn't a bad game.
I'm not talking about the game, I'm talking about the premise of a one-man army. It's stupid.
But it has literally been, it's been done in real life.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
Not one person can be credited with victory.
No, but one person can be credited with aiding an entire military to retreat.
No, you can't.
That was Maximilian.
That works. No, it wasn't.
He ran from gun to gun to gun to gun.
No, that's not how that happened.
According to history, that's how that happened. That's how it was written.
Well, guess what? Guess what? Guess who writes history?
The victor.
And guess what? It's also biased as fuck. He didn't run from gun to gun to gun to gun, killing hundreds of people and making an entire military retreat.
No, he didn't make an entire retreat. He did not make an entire military retreat. He aided in his army to retreat. I didn't say made, aided in a retreat. His retreat. He kept his soldiers alive while the Germans are converging on them in World War I.
That's not how stuff works.
Trench warfare, man, was completely different than now.
Well, trench warfare is not the same as normal warfare.
Exactly.
Trench warfare is easy to retreat in because you have trenches to retreat in. You don't have to poke your head up and fucking actually see who's shooting at you. You're in a hole like 6 feet in the ground where bullets can't reach you. Ooh, so impressive that he retreated.
No, he wasn't the one that retreated. It was the entire army that did. He covered them all because they had to retreat over open land.
And one guy didn't do that, because I can guarantee you it wasn't just him who did it, but it'll credit him for it. Because all history does is credits the person that's the leader, never the people that help them. Literally, over and over. It's always credited the leaders, never the soldiers.
He wasn't the leader.
Then it's bullshit. Then what you're talking about is not historically accurate. Because they would not have saved
fucking
his
read the story of a man of a million men. No, read the story. Read.
It's not a true story. And
it is true. It's history.
Read a million books on why it's not true and why it's overblown. Because that's not how the real world works.
Hold on, I'm trying to get my fucking phone to let me get over to Google.
No, I don't care what you show me. I know that it's not true. And that
it is true!
Shifted. No, it's been shifted. It's been changed to push a fucking narrative. It's not true. They do it all the fucking time. One man is not enough. One guy with a gun is not gonna halt an enemy pushing and save a retreat. It was not just him. There are many other people. He's probably the only one that lived. So, sorry to say, there's no such thing as a one-man army. There's not. And if we're talking about World War fucking One, where everybody literally had bolt-action rifles that were not semi. There were no semi-firing rifles. You're telling me one guy...
He went from fucking machine gun to machine gun.
There was only... Okay,
the mounted machine guns in the trenches.
Do you want to know how many machine guns there were per post in trenches in World War One?
How many?
Do you want to know how many more? 3
yes.
per post.
Yes. He went from one
With
to the other to the last, ran out of ammunition, and then ran.
That's not how, then that's not a one-man army. That's one dude staying and shooting a couple guns, then leaving. That's not holding back an army for retreat. That's not how that fucking works. That is a bullshit, overblown story. Fucking jumped from machine gun to machine gun, then ran. Fucking bullshit.
Oh my fucking god.
There was 4 guys on the other side that were pussies.
Soldier millions. The soldier worth a million men.
Not true. That's not how warfare works. There's not one-man armies. No matter what you tell me or show me will make me believe, because I've seen actual people that have...
Hannibal Augusto Milhais, the most decorated Portuguese soldier of World War I, and the only Portuguese soldier awarded with the highest national honor, the military order of the Tower and the Sword, of valor, loyalty, and merit on the battlefield instead of the usual public ceremony in Lisbon.
Doesn't make him a one-man army.
Milhais was in charge of a Lewis gun on April 9th, 1918.
Ooh, another guy
during Operation Georgette, when the German army attacked his division. Milhais laid down intensive fire against assaults by 2 German regiments, causing many German casualties. He alone bested the assaults of 2 German regiments, causing an amazing number of casualties. His defense was so intense that Germans thought they were fighting an entire regiment. He was able to cover the retreat of the Portuguese and Scots alike, despite coming out under heavy attack himself.
Blown out of proportion. The reason they say that is
he fired in all directions and stayed at his post until he ran out of ammunition.
It's not that impressive. That's a blown out bullshit story. Want to know why? Because there's only a couple people that were there to see it. Bullshit. You guys are wiping their own asses.
Whatever.
Oh, I did this, and oh, I did that. Bullshit.
I doubt he was like, oh, I did this, and oh, I did that. He wasn't credited for a victory. They were defeated.
Then why is he getting decoration?
Why was he getting decoration? For aiding in the retreats of the Portuguese and the Scots.
And
if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have gotten out of there. Yeah, but a lot more people would have died if it wasn't for him laying down covering fire.
Death before dishonor.
Fuck that! Death ain't worth it, bro.
They're a bunch of cowards.
They were told by their superiors to run.
And then they ran. Bunch of cowards. Fucking gonna run away from your post and then fucking leave one dude.
They told the fucking.
And then the one dude, apparently one dude who gave the covering fire gets all the declaration because he fired till he ran out of ammunition. Yeah, like a little guy bitch does who screams for his mommy while he's trying not to die, running away, holding down the fucking trigger on a gun that doesn't overheat because it's a Lewis gun filled with water.
It does overheat, and the statement you just made is bullshit. I just got killed by a fucking airstrike. How do you feel?
The statement I made is not bullshit. Anyone can hold down the trigger and fire and kill people. That does not make him a one-man.
Finally, the Germans decided to go around his position, and Milhais found himself alone in the rear of the enemy lines for 3 days. On the 3rd day, Milhais, carrying his Lewis gun, rescued a Scottish major from a swamp, and the 2 reached Allied lines. Milhais was warmly
Thousands of people
welcomed.
have done that, but they don't get decorations for it. He's not special. He's getting decorations for things that happen every day. He's not special. He's not a one-man army. He's not more honorable than any other man. Yeah, and that's been happening for centuries. I can name like 10 different historical figures that have hardened proof of them doing way more than him but not getting as many decorations as he has. I could even name one of my own relatives that had done stuff like that in World War I and World War II. And he died, but got no decorations for all the things he did. But he's alive, so he gets decoration for it. It's like how the Medal of Honor is bullshit, because they only give the Medal of Honor to people who were either died or did something to die. What the fuck is that? Why are you decorating a dead man instead of giving the honor?
They gave the Medal of Honor to Sergeant York, who lived through it all. Took a shit ton of German prisoners.
Well, yeah, it's because it's fucking York.
What do you mean?
If they didn't give it to him, he would have taken it. Been like, bitch, give me that fucking medal. But there aren't one-man armies. And anytime someone says a one-man army, or someone says that this guy is worth this, all this by himself.
No, they said he was worth 1,000,000 men. I didn't say he was a one-man army. I said he was one man who helped an entire army fucking retreat.
I'm just saying, but that's not true, because he wasn't the only one, and I can guarantee you that he was not the only person covering.
Well, the Germans that survived it accredited him for it too.
They knew. Yeah, you want to know why they thought they were getting shot by multiple people? They probably were, and those other people got shot, but they're just among all the other bodies. And the only person that was there when they found him was him.
I didn't want to pick up the body. Fuck.
Are you just? Is this the human shield moment? Are we going against the Geneva Convention?
A little bit, yeah.
Which, by the way, that's a part of the Geneva Convention. You apparently can't pick up a dead enemy body and use it as a meat shield.
Fuck that! If I'm getting shot at by heavy enemy lines, I don't give a fuck if it's the body of an ally or an enemy. If they weren't American themselves, I'm using that as a meat shield, because all it is at this point is meat. There's no sentimental value there.
We gotta put
I just got
caps
sniped
on our fucking bullets. Not because we want the bullets to fly better and faster through the air, but so we don't give the enemies we're shooting at lead poisoning.
If that's what they did, then they enacted that around the time of World War II.
Yeah, Full Metal Jackets happened quite a while ago.
But I believe in World War II.
But Full Metal Jackets used to be lead. They used to put lead jackets on the lead. So they would make the bullets and then make it out of lead or lead alloy to put over the top. It wasn't until
that was World War II
when they started putting more like they're putting like steel jackets and other shit.
Steel jackets or iron or whatever the fuck.
Depleted uranium.
Yep.
And stuff like that, so that they don't get lead poisoning. What?
Depleted uranium. So they don't get lead poisoning, but now they have radiation sickness.
Well, the depleted uranium is more like what comes out of the A-10 Warthog's fucking machine. The fucking minigun shoots depleted uranium rounds that cut through a tank like butter. And God, my dad actually was talking. Me and my dad talked to that guy who was a ranger today, and he said we love the A-10 Warthogs in the Ranger Regiment, but you got to be careful when you call them and what you call them on, because if you're gone on a reconnaissance mission and you might call in an A-10 Warthog or an airstrike from an A-10 on the fucking building, you're not gonna have anything to recover after that thing goes by. Because he's gonna go brrr, and now there's no building.
there's just rubble and bodies.
Because depleted uranium turns into plasma.
Yeah.
When it goes supersonic, and so it melts through the building. Like it melts through the tank, and it's depleted uranium explosive rounds is I'm pretty sure what goes through most A-10 Warthogs now.
Jesus Christ.
Or incendiary. So now if they put incendiary hollow points like they do when they do anti-tank personnel, is that it goes through the first layer of armor inside the tank and then explodes with incendiary.
That is horrible. Can't wait for the Geneva Convention to outlaw that! The fuck happened to you, man?
And that type kicked me out of the party. Don't know why.
Oh my god, I've been standing out in the open, the Nazis didn't even notice me, and now they all notice me because they decided to shoot. Even though I was literally standing in front of 50 of them. Not a single one of them saw. I shot one of them in the back of the head and they all turned around like, what? You fucking what, mate? Fucking whop you a good one right now. Don't need. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh fuck off!